The Nightmare of Black Money. In the heart of the bustling city of Avardan, beneath the glitzy skyscrapers and neon-lit avenues, a shadowy underworld thrived. This world was ruled not by kings or politicians but by black money, untaxed, unregulated, and corrupt to the core. For years, whispers of its dark power haunted the city, but few dared to confront it. Among the city's ordinary citizens was Armin, a humble accountant with an impeccable record and an aversion to anything illegal. He lived a quiet life, sharing a small apartment with his younger sister Myra, who dreamt of becoming a journalist. Myra often spoke about exposing the truth behind the city's shadowy dealings, but Armin warned her to be careful. One evening, Myra returned home late, her face pale and eyes wide with fear. She had stumbled upon evidence of a massive black money laundering network involving influential figures. Hidden in her bag was a USB drive containing encrypted files she had obtained from an anonymous source. "Armin, this is bigger than anything I've ever seen," she whispered. "If this gets out, the entire city will tremble." Armin's heart sank. He knew the dangers of crossing the powerful elite, but he couldn't ignore the fear in Myra's eyes. Against his better judgment, he agreed to help her decipher the files. That night, they worked in silence, their apartment lit only by the flicker of the computer screen. As dawn broke, they unlocked the first layer of encryption. The files revealed a labyrinth of offshore accounts, shell companies, and bribes paid to high-ranking officials. The mastermind behind it all was a man known only as the Shadow, a ghost-like figure whose real identity was unknown. But their discovery was not without consequences. Suddenly, their computer screen flickered, and a chilling message appeared: "You've gone too far. Stop now, or face the nightmare." A loud bang shattered their concentration. The front door was kicked open, and masked men stormed in. Armin and Myra barely escaped through the fire escape, leaving everything behind. They knew their lives had changed forever. Now fugitives, they sought refuge in an abandoned warehouse on the city's outskirts. Myra was determined to expose the truth, but Armin feared they were in over their heads. Despite the danger, they decided to leak the files to a trusted journalist known for his integrity, Rahim Khan. Rahim agreed to meet them in a secluded park at midnight. As they approached him, shadows emerged from the trees. It was an ambush. The Shadow's men surrounded them, weapons drawn. "Hand over the drive," one of the men growled. Myra clutched the USB tightly. "You can't silence the truth." Before anyone could react, Rahim shouted, "Run!" He lunged at the attackers, giving Armin and Myra a chance to escape. They sprinted through the dark park, their breath ragged and hearts pounding. Rahim's sacrifice wasn't in vain. They reached a hidden alley where Myra uploaded the files to a secure server and sent them to every major news outlet in the country. Within hours, the headlines broke: "The Black Money Empire exposed, corruption at the highest level." The city erupted in chaos. Protests filled the streets, demanding justice. The Shadow's empire crumbled as officials were arrested, and offshore accounts were frozen. Despite their victory, Armin and Myra knew they could never return to their old lives. The Shadow was still out there, watching, waiting for revenge. As they boarded a train heading far from Avardan, Armin turned to Myra. "We may have lost our home, but we've won something greater: hope." Myra nodded. "And with hope, comes change." In the distance, the city's skyline faded into darkness, but in their hearts, a new dawn was rising.